It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so we're still in the aftermath of Teofimo Lopez versus Jamaine Ortiz. There's been a lot of spirited opinions about that fight. A lot of people weren't a fan of Jamaine Ortiz moving around the ring. They felt like his style was overly negative. Then you got people like me who are frustrated with Teofimo Lopez because I feel like if you're one of the best fighters in the world, which sometimes he does look like one of the best fighters in the world, then you should be finding a way to deal with any and every style in the best fashion possible. Why? Because that's what the best fighters do. It's like the good book says. I know Teofimo Lopez, he quoted a lot of people in his post-fight interview. He quoted Rosa Parks. He quoted, he was talking about the pyramids of Egypt. He quoted the Bible. He quoted the good book. And the good book says a lot of things. But the good book also says in Luke 12:48, to whom much is given, much shall also be required, right? So if Teofimo Lopez has a high level of talent, a high level of skill, guess what? I don't care what style's in front of him. Much is required of him to perform to the best of his abilities and execute at the highest levels on a night. That's law. That's biblical law, right? Since you want to quote the Bible, right? But, one guy who had a little bit to say about his performance or lack thereof is one of his former opponents. And that former opponent is none other than the Spaniard Southpaw himself, Sandor Martin. Sandor Martin took to Twitter and he stated the following, and I quote after the Jamaine Ortiz fight. He stated, again, stop protecting this guy, end quote. So look, Sandor Martin feels that much like in his fight, he was hard done, that Jamaine Ortiz is hard done, and he feels like that all this is because Top Rank Boxing, Top Rank Incorporated, the fine folks there, they are, they're using their influence to try and keep Teofimo Lopez with the belt so that they can make big fights against the likes of Devin Haney, big fights against the likes of Keyshawn Davis, and, keep the gravy train rolling, so to speak, right? But let's be real. Like, I'm not trying to put the Lopezes down. I love the Lopezes. I got a lot of love for them. But I just got to be real. I was there. I got 4 eyes. My prescription still works. That Mandalay Bay was not sold out. They sold just north of 6,000 tickets, which is not, for a star fighter fighting on Super Bowl weekend, not really cutting the mustard, right? And that's just facts. That's not putting him down. That's just facts, right? So really and truthfully, when you talk about Teofimo Lopez as a commercial entity selling tickets at the gate, there's not a lot to protect right now, to be honest with you. So that being said, we know what happened when he fought Sandor Martin. Sandor Martin gave a great account of himself. He dropped Lopez with a beautiful check right hook, and he wound up, in the eyes of many, getting a bad decision. I actually thought Teofimo Lopez just squeaked that fight out, but I thought he lost against Jamaine Ortiz. But either way you cut up, slice and dice it, in both the Jamaine Ortiz fight and the Sandor Martin fight, Teofimo Lopez did not look good at all. Teofimo Lopez looked subpar. Teofimo Lopez, has shown himself against technical fighters to not fight to the best of his abilities. And look, while I am sitting here and while I am pointing out his flaws, I'll give him some credit because these are not easy guys to beat. Jamaine Ortiz is a very good fighter, very top contender. Sandor Martin, we know that he's a guy that, would beat a lot of guys in the top 15. Retired Mikey Garcia as the underdog. A lot of people didn't think he would do anything against Mikey Garcia. Beat him. And he's proven himself to be one of the more true contenders in the 140 division. So we only know Lopez's weaknesses, and we only know, and he's only getting exposed for what he isn't because he's fighting good competition. And he's fighting better competition than a lot of other guys, in the division. A lot of other guys his age, right? So you gotta at least give him that. One thing you can say about Teofimo Lopez, you could love Teofimo Lopez, you can hate Teofimo Lopez, but you can't say he didn't test himself against the best fighters in and around his weights. And that's just facts. But look, I don't think Sandor Martin is gonna get a rematch against Teo. Although I think honestly, look, you look at the fact that Sandor just signed with Top Rank. You look at the fact that Sandor has now got promotional backing behind him. I mean, look, Sandor Martin is the number 4 ranked contender in the WBO. And I don't think Teofimo Lopez is going to fight Honor Barbosa next because he went the Golden Boy. Jose Ramirez went the Golden Boy. So I think those fights are, even though those guys are 1 and 2, I think those fights are unlikely. You got Richardson Hitchens, right? He's number 3 in the WBO. Maybe that's a fight they explore, but I don't know. But then after all that, you got Sandor Martin number 4. So maybe Sandor Martin versus Teofimo Lopez winds up being a rematch that Top Rank winds up making. But then again, does Top Rank want to make another fight with Teofimo Lopez against a slick southpaw, defense first, counter punching boxer? That may or may not be overly negative and make him look bad in the fight. That'll be up to the fine folks like Brad Goodman and Bruce Trampler and Brad Jacobs, the whole staff at Top Rank to decide, because they signed Sandor Martin, I think, because they wanted to match him up against Devin Haney. But Devin Haney's fighting Ryan Garcia April 20th, right? So he's busy. Look, maybe this might be a fight that winds up happening, Sandor Martin versus Teofimo Lopez. Only because just when we look at the rankings, we look at the fact that this guy is a top-ranked fighter. It's an in-house fight. I could see it. I could see it happening, but we'll see how it goes. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that Top-Ranked Boxing is protecting Teofimo Lopez? And what do you guys make of a potential Teofimo Lopez-Sandor Martin rematch? Because really and truthfully, look at the rankings. Sandor Martin is the number 4 WBO contender. The 3 guys above him are all signed with other promoters. This would be a very easy fight for a Top Rank to make. So, yeah. Leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this video, click right here and make sure to subscribe. Much love from sunny South Florida.